Hi everybody and welcome back. It's Wednesday. It's not where I was going, but just as a reminder, it's press day for the Sagersville Independent, and then just across the way there in the other portion of the building, well, that is being wrapped up at this time, and an issue will be, of course, out on newsstands bright and early in the morning. We hope you pick one up, and a lot of that, of course, will include a lot of local efforts by Macau County and some others to help flooding victims in so many eastern Kentucky counties, our neighbors. And we're going to talk a bit about that tonight. An update from the governor today saw no increase in the death toll, but at the same time, admittedly knowing that is going to change. The number of missing is starting to become more finite, and that's a good thing, and it's going down. We'll have that in an update from the state. And locally tonight, we'll talk with some individuals, actually a couple of pastors, among several, who have been working together and going to help their neighbors, their congregations, and the like, with flood efforts, cleaning supplies, other supplies, food, the most basic and essential of items that we need. And we'll hear their accounts today and hear how you can help, and I'll go there in just a few moments. A couple of things before I do. We do have just now confirmation that the boil water advisory for Salyersville Waterworks customers, only Salyersville Waterworks customers, has been lifted as of this afternoon. And that is good news, especially for all of those, of course, restaurants on Restaurant Row, but to everyone in the Salyersville area. By way of the process, because of the way that the Macau County Water District gets its water from Salyersville, and the process that, of course, entails, theirs will not be before at least tomorrow. Their testing is done the following day. The Salyersville's is, which was done yesterday and then confirmed today. So hopefully countywide, the boil water advisory, the countywide boil water advisory, will be lifted tomorrow. It has not. Only Salyersville Waterworks customers at this hour. I got this in from Appalachian Wireless a few moments ago. They're working hard to try to get some at least temporary connectivity, Wi-Fi, cellular service, and other to people who have been impacted by the flooding in our region. They're going to offer in the areas impacted the most, in Breathitt and Perry and Letcher, Knott and Clay, and parts of Floyd and Pike as well, communications relief assistance effective immediately as of right now. Appalachian Wireless is deploying communications relief by incorporating free Wi-Fi capabilities, charging stations, and mobile phones available for use in specified retail stores. They say that individuals and families are encouraged to go into one of the designated Connection Relief retail locations and receive free communication resources. They want their customers and families to focus on healing and recovery and restoration. Communication is, of course, needed to get the required help and connect with family and friends, and they're ready to help any way they can. Initially, they had over 100 sites that were down starting, this time last week after the flooding became so violent. They worked around the clock, essentially. Many of those technicians, of course, having flooded homes themselves, and since then they have been able to whittle those sites down to just a handful, if any, are still out of service. The Connection Relief retail locations are the ones in Ivell, Hindman, Jackson, Whitesburg, Hazard South, in Pike County, Coal Run, the Commons, and the downtown locations, Manchester, in Minnie, Kentucky, the Americash location, and in Jackson, the Ace Hardware location. When I come back, our update today from the governor, as well as an update on local efforts. I'll be right back.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Governor Beshear earlier today issued an emergency order making it easier for flood victims in now 13 of our eastern Kentucky counties to replace their lost driver's licenses and other very essential documents that they need to try to begin the recovery process, and without any fees or costs attached to it. He is waiving statutory fees otherwise required to duplicate licenses, your permits, your state information cards, titles to your car, your boat, anything else. It also applies to residents in the following federally declared disaster areas. We are learning them by heart now, of course: Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Johnson, Knott, Leslie, Letcher, McGoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry Pike, and Wolfe counties. When I come back, our update today from the governor, as well as an update on local efforts. I'll be right back.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Governor Beshear earlier today issued an emergency order making it easier for flood victims in now 13 of our eastern Kentucky counties to replace their lost driver's licenses and other very essential documents that they need to try to begin the recovery process. And without any fees or costs attached to it. He is waiving statutory fees otherwise required to duplicate licenses, your permits, your state information cards, titles to your car, your boat, anything else. It also applies to residents in the following federally declared disaster areas. We are learning them by heart now, of course: Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Johnson, Knott, Leslie, Letcher, McGoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry Pike, and Wolfe counties. The order is actually as well retroactive to Thursday of last week. It will remain in effect throughout the duration of the emergency. Residents can request vehicle registration and related documents at your county clerk's offices. Driver's licenses, learner permits, and state-issued IDs can be replaced at any Kentucky Transportation Cabinet driver licensing regional office or pop-up offices at their Havre locations. The closest pop-up location to us will be the one that they have set for this Friday at the Jenny Wiley State Park in Prestonsburg. And they're going to have more pop-up driver licensing locations offering longer-term services coordinated throughout more eastern Kentucky counties just as soon as possible. While the governor today in his update admitted that while the death toll stands at where it did yesterday, it is known that it will be increasing sooner than later.
In good news, our number of lost Kentuckians has not changed. We still are confirming 37 fatalities in 5 counties, 8 in Breathitt, 2 in Clay, 17 in Knott, 3 in Letcher, and 7 in Perry. We hope that number doesn't rise. I think it will rise by at least a couple, but at least for now, that is good news that it stayed the same. Missing persons. So it is very hard to have an accurate number of unaccounted for individuals. So the number that I'm going to read you is reports into the KSP posts. Following up on those, how many people are left missing, and there be enough concern for a missing person investigation. And that number is 3 right now. Again, we're very concerned for those 3 people. All 3 are females in Breathitt County, but the number doesn't take into account other reporting to local agencies. And we know that there are more folks out there, though, with cell service. Definitely have found a lot more people. Thank you to the Kentucky State Police, over 1,000 wellness checks. And most of them went incredibly well, which is what we all were praying for.
The governor also went on to remind everyone about the cooling stations in affected counties. On that related note, McGoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman announced that the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center was open today and will be tomorrow if need be for a cooling center here in this area. The governor, going back to him, reminded everyone that individual assistance was approved for Floyd and Pike counties for renters and homeowners as well in Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, Letcher, Perry, and Pike, and that they need to contact FEMA, disasterassistance.gov, or 1-800-621-FEMA. There are several mobile registration centers as well that have been established in Breathitt, Clay, Knott, Letcher, and Perry County to do so. The National Guard has distributed some 2,400 cases of water. Just yesterday, 2 more people were airlifted and rescued from being trapped in high water by the National Guard. The governor today announcing a way for people who are seeking emergency shelter in a travel trailer to register for assistance. That page is linked on the Flood Resources page, and the state also has supplied flyers to FEMA disaster recovery centers and Red Cross shelters with that link. While transportation and moving about is just nearly impossible in a lot of areas, over 20 bridges that have been checked are still impassable. 4 are state, 17 are county bridges in the flood area, with transportation cabinet crews from Paducah, eastern Kentucky, all over the state trying to get those roadways cleared as quickly as possible. And the Team Kentucky Flood Relief Fund, 21,000 donations and over $3 million thus far. We'll speak with some of our local pastors who were among one of the, I don't know how many, countless groups and individuals who have been going wherever they can to help whoever they can in flooded regions of eastern Kentucky. I'll talk with them and we'll hear what they've seen, what they know, and how they think we can help next.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I'm Kelly Collins from Golden Law Office. I began my legal career in Lexington, representing some of the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided me with the inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will prepare to defend your case. I'm now taking that knowledge and returning to my hometown in eastern Kentucky to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
So all week long I've been trying to put together some sort of a list, as we have for the Sagersville Independent. Heather has done a much better job than I, and that will be in the paper tomorrow, of local efforts to help all these families who, we still don't even know the number. I don't even know if we have a guesstimation of the number of families who have just lost every single thing they ever had in this world, and many of them, of course, lost their lives and loved ones. And it's overwhelming. I don't know that we'll ever be able to figure it out. I mean, just today, I spoke with a father, his teenage son, and his girlfriend. They've just on their own been loading up everything that they could, getting some supplies, some donations, and just driving and helping. And the stories, the things that they have seen, people who hadn't seen anybody as of yet. And that's still not uncommon. We're a week into this, and there are still people who haven't been reached for the very first time. As roadways are just gone, bridges are just gone, hollows are just gone. And it is still amazing to see in all of that just how many people are helping. This is some video of a group of local pastors. No time for graphics at the bottom. They just literally pulled in, and I'm just back with the video. But to the right of your screen, Ben Martin from the Sagersville First Baptist Church, Clay Hurd from the Licking River Baptist Church, not seen, but also one of the 3 who helped organize this event. This event or series of events over the past couple of days. Tim Clark from the Bethel Bible Baptist Church. And they, along with a host of other individuals, firemen, local business people, teenagers, like we're hearing everywhere else, are doing anything they can. And it's just another sign of a wonderful place that we live. There has been everything from as coordinated of efforts as can possibly be during a natural disaster like this, to individuals, like I said, just getting what they can, loading up and driving and finding someone in need. This isn't the first day that these local folks here have been to neighboring areas. Breathitt and Knott, given the proximity, have been where most people in Montgomery County that I have talked to have been making their way to, and making their way back again and again.
Well, it was a conviction for all of us, myself and Clay and Tim Clark. He's not here right now, he went on back. And Tim called me Thursday, and Clay was in Tennessee, and we began talking about what we could do to organize the 3 churches together to help, because we knew just the depth of the crisis.
Yeah, I was actually, my wife and I had evacuated because our area does flood a lot, and so we were in Tennessee, and it's an area I served for 10 years, and so I just put out a call to action, and we just had churches contacting us, and they loaded us down with stuff that we brought back, and once we were back, we literally the next day were on the ground. First couple days, all we did was run supplies. We took a lot of supplies down and through Knott County, down into Emelina, Camp Nathaniel, out to Garrett, and by way of Caney. We just kept running supplies. We just kept getting stuff in and getting stuff out as fast as possible, because we were dropping these things off and they were going out as we were dropping them off. And today we've kind of switched mindsets to feeding, and tomorrow to debris relief, and we've seen teams everywhere. Disaster relief's on the ground. Samaritan's Purse is set up at Garrett. We've seen neighborhoods coming together, just helping any way they can.
Ben, what's been your synopsis of this so far?
I mean, to to me, it is as bad as what I saw with Hurricane Hugo. It's as bad as what I saw with Hurricane Katrina. It's just devastation in 360 degrees. But at the same time, you can see, I can see an actual difference just in I could see an actual difference between Sunday afternoon and Monday.
Really?
As to things were improving, but there's a long way to go. And I'm thankful for all of the efforts of people who have come in here and helped, like Samaritan's Purse and Baptist Disaster Relief, Red Cross, everybody else that's come and helped. We are so thankful. But today, you know, one of the things that we ran into as we were at Caney was that, you know, there's a lot of areas that only the local people know how to get to, can get into with side-by-sides and four-wheelers. You know, the members of that church still have to be, if it wasn't for them, nobody else could do anything. And they're the ones that are really, you know, their own houses they're trying to take care of. They're trying to get food out to people. They're trying to get water out to people over washed out bridges. It's a very difficult situation in a lot of places.
So we're still seeing, we're 7 days in, you guys and all and the other volunteers are reaching people that haven't been reached even still, and will for days. Is that safe?
Yeah, we heard today like people are making first contact. They're getting into places for the first time since the floods today, which is just absolutely unreal to me. You know, we were very fortunate in this area to not get what they got.
What are the, as you see it, gentlemen, what in the area you've been, what, you know, talking to people like me, to people who have not been, what's the top of the list, items and things needed? What do you think?
We have a list that we were given from some folks on the ground on our Facebook page. You know, some of the things you might not think about right now: cat food and dog food, and that makes sense if you consider, you know, and I don't mean to be harsh, but you don't want somebody taking an extra meal that could go to a person to feed their dog.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want people to be in that position. So so they need bagged cat food, bagged dog food in small bags. They need gloves, any kind of gloves you can get, cotton work gloves, leather work gloves, mechanics gloves. Of course, water. There's still not water in a lot of places.
Yeah.
They're going, and even when the water is restored, most of the time they're unable to drink it, and in some cases unable to even use it to wash dishes or anything for quite a while till you know, everything runs out.
Lastly, is there anyone out there who's just looking for a way to help? Is there any way they can help with you guys, or anything? Your volunteers, can they tag along with you or anything? What's the
They can just contact me or Clay. I think our contacts are fairly easy to catch. You can leave a message on the phone here, and you know, this week will probably be our most active week. Going in, we'll probably begin to establish a routine. We don't know what that routine is going to look like, but we'll probably begin to establish a routine in the next week or two. But this is going to be ongoing for several weeks.
As you saw in the video, they were transferring items from one trailer to another. That was Paul Gumby Montgomery. Enough said there. We all know who that is. But there's a large group going back tomorrow to Knott. There's a group going to Breathitt. There are numerous groups. There's 14 ton of animal food that's been donated and is starting to pull out Friday morning from Sagersville, from the A&J Farms location over on Route 30, and the list just goes on and on. We'll never get to them all. We'll never know what all has been done. We'll make an attempt and try to help ourselves. I can also tell you that if you have the time and the resources and are able to go and help, well, folks like you just heard from would love to have you tag along with them. There are countless of other ways you can donate. You can do it online through the Kentucky Relief Fund. The Sagersville IGA, if you go there, and every time you check out, they have right there a nice little arrangement of food and cleaning supplies that you can simply pay for. They'll scan and put over in a pile just in front of the cashier, and those are be taken by local people with big hearts. It's a wonderful thing to see, and like Ben said, it's going to be something that we're all going to have to do in whatever form or fashion you can, whether it's just donating here or there or giving of your time and efforts physically. Something we're going to have to do for a long time. I'll be right back.
Keywords right now at the seasonal shop, new arrivals. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the Magoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And right now, and just before school, all summer clothes are 50% off this week at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Salyersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Salyersville National Bank. Tomorrow might be the best day of the week. It's Dipper Day at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. That's right, Thursday's special is our famous Dipper meal with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $5.79. And if you haven't already, be sure to try them dipped in our famous Sweet Wing Barbecue Sauce at your Salyersville Lee's. Also famous for our ice.
A couple of tidbits of some entertaining news before we go on to our calendar and other announcements. Gosh knows we need some good entertaining news. How about this? Noah Thompson's performing at the Kentucky State Fair. How cool is that? He's opening for John Michael Montgomery and Walker Montgomery. That is so cool. August the 24th. And the big announcement, of course, not just that we're playing Gonzaga this year at Gonzaga and next year at home for the Cats, but the men's basketball program has announced their blue and white preseason scrimmage is going to be at Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville. That is so cool. That is so cool. I don't think I have the date for that as of yet, but I also know that their telethon last night, last report I got from Andrew, who was watching, was $2.4 million or something that the men's basketball team raised last night. Kentucky, gotta love it. Basketball, football, the college, and the entire state as a whole. Here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar.
Real quickly, another reminder that the boil water advisory for all Salyersville Waterworks customers and only Salyersville Waterworks customers has been lifted at this time. It's expected that the Magoffin County Water District boil water advisory will be lifted by this time tomorrow. I'll give you an update as soon as I have one. A reminder that the Magoffin County Head Start program is still taking applications because they still have openings for 4-year-old eligible children. Call 349-3488 or stop by their office Monday through Friday, 8:30 till 3:30. And stop by the community calendar to find out what's happening or to tell everyone what's happening. And birthdays and anniversaries, of course, are always just as welcome. From there, updated funeral service announcements tonight include a reminder that services will be held this Friday at 1 for 55-year-old Kenneth Rao of Royalton. He passed away Sunday at his home. Son of the late Andrew and Edna Rao. He's survived by his wife, Diane, sons Brandon Keith Miller and Kenneth Neal Rao, daughters Karina Rao and Kendra Bailey, his brothers Jerry and Andy and Ricky, and sisters Della, Joseph, Gayla Coldiron, and 6 grandchildren. Services start Friday at 1 from the Gun Creek United Baptist Church. Friends can call on the church this evening and all day tomorrow for services. And services have been set for 70-year-old James Earl Wallen of Salyersville. He passed away yesterday at his home, the son of the late Kearney and Sylvia Wallen. Survived by his wife, Lisa, son Philip, daughters Teresa Minix and Carolyn Sue Bass, as well as sisters Brenda Solomon, Linda Lou Howard, 10 grandkids, and a host of great-grandchildren, as well as his brothers Wilburn Wallen and Kearney Wallen Jr., both of Salyersville. Services will start Friday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit the funeral home tomorrow evening after 6. Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. And with that, we'll put the wrap on tonight's program with a goodbye, of course, following your Licking Valley RECC 7-day, where we're looking at showers and storms, but nothing on the severe side as of right now that we can tell. We've got light winds out there, if any, and mostly clear skies and a low tonight. Wrapping up your Wednesday at 69 degrees. Tomorrow, we're back into the upper 80s. Hopefully, the humidity levels won't be quite as brutal tomorrow. That's what we're hoping for, at least. Mostly sunny. However, shower chances will start to work their way back in. After 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the heat of the day, we'll see a 30% chance, 40% during the overnight tomorrow night, and clouds will be on the increase over the rest of your Thursday and throughout the overnight and into your Friday, where it's more clouds and showers than not. Showers and thunderstorms are likely, mainly after 5 o'clock on your Friday, and 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain on average, unless you get under a downpour that could develop. And those showers and storms should be out of here likely before 7 o'clock Friday night, and a low of 68. Another 1/4 of an inch possible without storms influencing that. Saturday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny, as you saw, and a 60% chance. The latter half of your weekend, Sunday, mid-80s, partly sunny, a 40% chance of showers and storms. Monday of next week, watch the downward trend here. 85 Sunday, 83 Monday with a little sunshine and some shower chances. Flat 80 on your Tuesday as that system rolls through and gives us more clouds and showers than not. We'll see what Tuesday has in store. Wednesday will be the backside of it, still holding on, though, with 79 degrees, mostly cloudy, and a 50% chance of showers and storms. It has been a long, wet, cloudy, stormy pattern for much of July and certainly the start of August.
And that'll wrap it up for me on this Wednesday. See you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.